Madame DUPE started her morning with loud complaints as she marched across the corridor, shouting about a tenant washing clothes too close to her precious flower pots. Her voice spread across the compound like a warning siren, reminding everyone that another day of stress had officially begun. The tenants immediately recognized the tone. Trouble was awake and the building was about to shake.
For years, the compound had operated like a miniature battlefield. Madame DUPE, a landlady with sharp eyes and restless energy, believed complete control was the only way to maintain a proper home. She had no children to distract her, no relatives to occupy her time, so every crack in the wall, every misplaced bucket, every noise became her personal concern. She monitored her building with the seriousness of a security chief, convinced that without her constant supervision, the tenants would scatter the place like an abandoned market. The tenants lived in a state of permanent alertness. Conversations ended the moment her slippers tapped the ground. People adjusted their posture, changed their tone, or quietly disappeared into their rooms whenever her shadow appeared. Privacy did not exist. Freedom was rare. Madame DUPE's presence controlled the flow of the compound. Children could not play freely. A simple game could turn into a silent march back indoors if Madame DUPE appeared. Loud music was forbidden. Unnecessary visitors were monitored. The walkway had to remain spotless, even during Harmattan. And every Saturday, whether tenants were rushing for work, attending a wedding, or simply exhausted from the week, compulsory sanitation held them hostage. The entire compound had to participate, leaving no corner untouched. Over time, the building developed a reputation across the neighborhood. People called it the house where peace never settled. Tenants came in hopeful and left frustrated. Some moved out quietly. Others left with dramatic complaints. Yet Madame DUPE never understood why turnover was high. To her, rules were necessary, and everyone needed firm supervision. By the middle of the year, the compound had become a place of constant tension. Small noise became major offense. Minor mistakes turned into full investigations. Tenants shared looks of exhaustion whenever Madame DUPE stepped out for her usual inspection rounds. The corridors, which should have been lively, felt stiff and suppressed. Still, the house continued functioning in its chaotic rhythm. People timed their movements. They avoided confrontations. They followed the rules because breaking them came with stress.
The house remained the usual commotion, busy, restricted, and always on the edge of another complaint from Madame DUPE. The tenants lived as though they were waiting for the next unpredictable reaction. But unknown to everyone, the balance of the compound was about to shift in a way they didn't expect. A new presence was coming, one that would not bend easily, and the tension already building in the house was only